Folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a joyride video tonight. One that I've been putting off. I thought I was going to get by until we re-skinned it, redid the cab, but one bobtail trip 100 miles into Illinois has changed my mind for me. And if you're from the state line area, you already know. Going to be doing a link cab air ride on Joyride here. And this unit here, because I am but a oversized child, you didn't get to see the unboxing, but I don't understand the fascination with people watching you open a box anyway. Fits over the standard cross member. It's supposed to fit earlier 359s with the arched member, or you got to modify it or something, but this is a direct bolt-on for late 359 and early 379. That bolts right into the cab mount. Pretty simple. There's a lot, not a ton of travel, but anything is better than what we have. And it came with an exhaust support. My exhaust is not routed factory. It's not routed like that, so I don't think we're going to use that. Instructions. Brush protection kit, which we won't need. And some hardware. Now there's a couple of important things that go into cab airing a truck. It is not just a take the mount out and bolt this in procedure. You'll wreck a radiator, grill, hood, condenser, all kinds of cool shit if you don't do everything to allow the cab to move and to float. So first things first, we have the all fantastical task of getting the line box off. I had a little bit of foresight when I put this on. The lines, and well, I don't remember the lines, if they're a little long. The electrical cords are about 4 to 6 feet long and balled up in there, zip tied off so that we can cut the zip ties, move this off to the side without having to undo the wiring. And that's a practice I recommend. The more astute will have already noticed we got our, get the shine out there, our old two-stroker merch. Fresh back from Onaway. That's vacation for us. We didn't film any of it. Head on over to the old two-stroker YouTube channel and see Wayne. He's got all kinds of videos up from Onaway. Shout out, big thank you to Jason Douglas in the Fat Cab for giving me a ride. Twin charged 8V92, so you've probably already seen it, but if not, go check that out. Okay, now that we got that point of aggravation out of the way, four bolts, and I believe one for the mount. All right, and this is out of here. I think that means there's going to be drilling. Okay, so I got these 5 bolts out. These came out and I was able to chew through this one. If you got dentures or a lot of fillings, though, you might want to try an alternative method. So now we got to pick the cab up, work the original mount out. We could jack it from the bottom side, or we could pick it from the top side. My original plan was to pick it. but you got to be real careful, these openings and stuff. And that's why I was parked here at the jib. But this one, it's holding the engine up. We got the front mount out of it. It's getting a frame horn, Peterbilt, you know, the bumper bolts. Critical step. We're going to pick the cab up. This joint gap becomes critical. So we're going to be tipping the cab up to change that. Open the hood, or that's going to butt and it's going to smash the hood, the cowl, the whole works. Next critical step is radiator rods. A lot of 359s there ran back to here. Now this truck, they were originally ran up to the fan hub up above here. You can see we milled that bracket off to fit the ECM. And Joyride was designed, the project was planned with this in mind. So we built radiator rods when we built the truck going to the engine. If they go to the cab, as the cab chucks, it'll chuck the radiator, and likely the condenser will end up in the grill first with a hole in it. It could potentially end up in the fan. But always design your projects ahead. Half the time, half the money. Well, I guess if you're that everymaner, you're going to have to find a tree. We got her. Maybe. There, we got that out of there. I hit it with a little bit of wax and grease remover. We'll get some primer on there and touch up this. And of course, just what everybody I think needs, can of Joyride Turk. But this is, and I have a lot of people ask me that, what it is. It is a custom mixed color, so it's the only one. There's a lot of them that are close. Big time don't fit. Okay, so this goes in here kind of backwards of how you would think. The shocks are in the front. 4 bolts. Go through the factory holes. Go through the factory holes like a hanger bearing hole, and then the 1 bolt in the top. And it's down. That sticks out, I don't know, a good 4 inches. I'm going to be the first one to say it. That is hideous. I hate it. It's a good thing the line box will cover it. So if you're going to do one of these, it looks like a line box or something is pretty much a requirement, unless you don't care how it looks. Now, I closed the hood with no air in it to check the gap here and make sure it wasn't going to slide off the end of it. And that all looks good. You know, as you can tell with the cab down, now we have an increased gap here. So we'll open that up. Comes with 2 height rods. The pre-installed one is a little longer. For a 359 only, you swap to the shorter one, and that just pops on there. I've got shop air hooked to it with a regulator so that we can set our heights. So this is the moment of truth. We'll run it all the way up. Now you might think your cab will never be in a tilted, bags topped out scenario, which you can see our power steering reservoir definitely got closer, but we got room. But in a hard stop, especially a panic stop, it will flop forward and top out. You can do this cardinal sin sideways so we don't drop it. Well, the gap looks right. The hood won't go all the way down. That's about right for the gap. So we'll air it down, get the hood dropped down, and then slowly bring it back up. We're going to try it like this. The gap stays good. It does start to push the hood forward a little bit. And being that the hood on a 359 is spring mounted, I'm not real concerned about it. So we'll go ahead and set our ride height. Now when you're doing any type of suspension, air suspension, cab or otherwise, when you set height, you always want to air it up to it, not down. Which we've done, so our installed height is 3.5. That's low. Okay, 3 3/4. Oh, but it will be. Now for the air, I've already got a pressure protection valve that runs over to the left side of the cab, catches the air seat, comes over here and catches the transmission. So we'll just cut this line here, install a T over to that, and then it's just tie it up and put the chrome back on. Okay, well, that's it. There you have it. Install took me about 3 hours messing with the, that includes messing with the chrome. You can probably expect it to take longer than that. I think it went pretty well. The The biggest benefit that I've seen is a solid mount cab. The truck would chuck. It would when you hit a large bump. It would like skip and slam, and it was hard enough that it would actually shake the dash screws out occasionally, and that's all gone. Being a Peterbilt, of course, you know, it's a law that I got to be sitting on the floor with standard height seats, so there's no air in the bag. You can still feel the bumps. They're still physically there, but they're not near as harsh. So it's softened it up. It rides now like a modern day cab, I would say. Still not as good as a Unibilt, but much improved from the solid mount cab with the air leaf that it originally was. So money well spent. You know, if you're going to drive these trucks and you want to enjoy them, what we tend to forget is, you know, they were originally intended to be driven loaded. And of course now as collectors and hobbyists and stuff, a lot of times they're not. And the bobtailing, it beats you up and it beats the truck up. It'll break a truck apart. So something to think about. In the meantime, thanks for watching.